Time. Time is the most valuable commodity on earth. A man or a woman can earn a fortune and lose it, but they can never get back time. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. This video is for people who want to retire early and those who like to travel. So how do we get there? How do we get there? How do we get to the promised land? We get there through making our money work for us instead of us working for our money. Your job can give you a good lifestyle, but investing can give you the ultimate freedom. And it can give you more time because you have more resources. And the more resources you have, the more you can pay people to do stuff that you don't like. I don't like washing the dishes. I'm going to pay somebody to wash the dishes. So anyhow, before we do get into investing, I do want to make it clear that always do your homework and research before putting any money into anything. When you go to buy your house or a sofa or entertainment system, you always do your homework. For some reason, the stock market's different. They hear some guy on a train who, he's talking, he's selling you pretty good. And, that night you say, tomorrow, I'm putting my whole net worth in this one stock. Man, easy. Always do your homework. It's great to listen to experienced people, but you always want to make sure you're doing the right thing for yourself, and no one will care about your money more than you will. So I'm going to give you some ideas and tools to basically make you become a better investor. So let's start with what are the best investments you can make for 2021? And for that matter, what are the best investments you could make for the long term in the stock market? So every year I hear a lot of doom and gloomers out there say, oh, this is the year that the stock market's going to crash. This is the year everybody that has their money in stocks is screwed. The truth of the matter is 70% of the time the stock market goes higher. So on any given year, you have a 70% chance it goes higher. People go to the casino with next to no odds on their side, and they're willing to put a bunch of money in the machine. You got a 70% chance that it goes higher. So my name is Matthew Benjamin. I am a full-time commodity trader. I've been investing for 17 years now, and through trial and error, I have learned that trying to predict the stock market, especially in the short run, on a consistent basis is virtually impossible. Peter Lynch, who was one of the best money managers of all time, put it best. He said, far more money has been lost by investors preparing for corrections than has actually been lost in the corrections themselves. So the key to managing your money is to be both a conservative investor as well as a growth investor. I think slow and steady and dollar cost averaging does win the race, but you also want to bet on some of those fast horses. So I will talk about the part that most people are probably the most interested in, and that is, where's the growth? Where are things growing? So for myself, I put anywhere between 20 and 30% of my investments into fast growing funds, top performers. I bet on the best horses. So for me personally, I love ARK Invest. I have for quite some time now. My favorite ETF of theirs is the Genomic Revolution ETF. So ETFs are traded just like stocks, and many of them, they just contain a basket of stocks. So you're spreading out your risk. You're not taking a gamble into one thing. So when I do look at money managers, I do my due diligence, and I take a look at their track record. I see, have they had just lucky timing in the market? If that's the case, I know their days are probably numbered and they're probably going to have big drawdowns. A drawdown is when, you see it go from here down to here. So, but if you have somebody who's very methodical in their approach, they definitely have staying power. Kathy Wood of ARK Invest, I really do like her. In another video, I think I'm going to go into more depth on ETFs and, in fact, even the genomic ETF that, I was just talking about there. The next thing I think everybody should have in their portfolio is to have an S&P 500 index fund. For myself, I have 35% of my money in the S&P 500 index fund. for the trustees of Warren Buffett's estate. He has instructed them to put 90% of his funds into an S&P 500 index fund. If that's good enough for the best investor of all time, that is good enough for me. So the next basket to put your money into that I do is putting it into the emerging markets. So emerging markets do tend to be more volatile. However, there are times where the outside markets really outperform the US and vice versa. So for myself, I'm relatively careful with my asset allocation with this one. I do have 35% of my investments in other countries, the majority of that being in China. Same thing as the US. I put most of it into disruptive, innovative companies, but just that they're in China. So this is it for my first video. I am so grateful for everybody who watched. I love you so much. Please like and subscribe. In my next video, I'm going to go into detail on the statistics behind market pullbacks to make you have a better sense of what happens in market declines, how long they last, by what percentage do they decline, how often does that happen. So, and if you do have any other topics that, you think would be helpful or you'd like for me to cover, definitely shoot me a message, write a comment. I'd be happy to cover it. Again, I love you so much for watching this video. I hope you come back. Please like and subscribe. Thank you so much.